Welcome all of you. Episode 12 is the workshop.
Audio is a bit cutting off, Manoj brother. Maybe music is hard.
I think I'll just be silent because that always happens. Okay. So sorry for that. I hope I'm audible now. So let's begin the workshop with again a few moments of reflection on this beautiful art. What is it really to move forward? And asking oneself, am I really on this spiritual journey moving forward? Which means asking oneself, I'm not stuck with old memories, old patterns of behaviors, using old sanskars of mine. It's a big list which can keep me pulling towards my oldness. And am I able to have this newness and innovation in my effort on the spiritual journey to keep moving forward always? And if you feel I'm stuck, let's from today's workshop try to explore. We'll be having a lot of revisions from the last two sessions, the talk by Brother Eric, and also the inner reflections by Sister Judy. That what are the ways and means, what is the method to continue moving forward on a spiritual journey and not looking back, come what may. So, with this brief prelude, let me just begin sharing further. And as you can see, it's the 12th, almost it's a year now that we have been doing this. We began last February. It started actually on the 15th of March. We started with the Holy. We were beginning to start in Feb, I remember, but we started in March. I think we ended the Values for Life series in Feb, therefore it reminds me of that date. We have been doing that very diligently every weekend. You can see these. And before I proceed on to the workshop video, let me just invite our facilitators, Sister Anu and Sister Harpreet joining from the West Coast. Let me invite myself as well. I'm joining myself from the sunny St. Martin Island of Caribbean. I'm on the Caribbean service trip here. And also a big thanks to all the translators who are there in the background as well. So welcome all of you, and to the participants as well. We are less in number today. I don't know what's the reason, but we'll begin because time flies. So let me just again show you the video, and let's then start writing in the chat box your sharings, whatever you feel appropriate related to the video. I don't know, it just disappeared. Okay, let me just do it again. May I request Pooja?
On a quiet morning, as the sun slowly rose over the ground, a tiny ant stepped out of her anthill. The world around her felt vast. As she walked forward, ready to begin another
They're not
day,
seeing the video, by the way.
a grain of wheat,
I think I have to share
it lay there silently.
It's being shared somewhere. I can hear it.
And far bigger than
Yeah,
any
you have to stop there. Yeah,
fruit. A small voice inside her said,
we're still hearing.
"For you." But she stepped closer
I
anyway.
don't know why I'm not able to do.
She pushed.
Sorry. If you can
Nothing.
just,
I
yeah,
can share and then
so if you can just share it. I think there are too many things on my laptop which are opened up. Maybe therefore that's happening. Yeah, if you can just share, it will be helpful. Sorry for this. And mm, are you doing it? Yeah.
Yes, I'm doing it.
I could do it like that. No, no, you do it. I don't want to mess around more. It's a 3-minute video, and we'll pause at 3 minutes, and then you can start sharing your
As the sun slowly rose over the ground, a tiny ant stepped out of her anthill. The world around her felt vast. As she walked forward, ready to begin another day, something stopped her. A grain of wheat. It lay there silently, rough, heavy, and far bigger than her tiny body. She stared at it for a moment. A small voice inside her said, "This is too much for you." But she stepped closer anyway. She pushed. Nothing happened. She pulled with all her strength. Still, nothing. The ant stood there, breathing hard. Other ants walked past her, busy, focused, moving on. No one laughed. No one doubted her. But no one helped either. For a brief moment, quitting felt easy. But then something shifted inside her. She planted her feet firmly into the ground, and she pushed again. Slowly. This time, the grain moved. Just a tiny bit. She stopped, took a breath, then pushed again. Another small movement. Push by push, step by step, the grain began to slide forward. Minutes passed. The sun climbed higher. Her legs trembled. Her body ached. The anthill still felt far away. Every part of her wanted to stop. But she didn't rush. She didn't complain. She stayed disciplined. One push, one breath, one step. That was enough. From a distance, another ant noticed her. He stopped, watched quietly. Then, without a word, he stepped in and pushed beside her. Moments later, another ant joined, then another. No speeches, no instructions, just understanding. Together they pushed. Together they pulled. Together they struggled. The grain moved faster. The ground behind them disappeared. And finally, as the sky softened into evening light, the grain reached the anthill. It was safe. Food for today, food for tomorrow, food for many days to come. The smallest ant stood there, exhausted, dusty, but smiling.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Sister Anu. And now, all of you, you just have a couple of minutes. Yes, thank you, Sister Rehna, for being the opening batsman as always. So, simply moving forward is not enough. You have to carry all the useful things along. Nice advice you are giving to everyone. That's good. So, just because I carry it well doesn't mean it's not heavy. Everyone needs help sometimes. Yes, of course. So all of us need each one's what we call the finger of cooperation, we say at Brahma Kumaris. So we need to do that, yes. Any other people wanting to share? We are not taking oral sharings in this part of the workshop because of lack of time, but we would appreciate your chat messages only for the video. Okay, I can see a few familiar faces. Welcome all of you. I can see something, everyone. Yeah, Harpreet sister is saying consistent effort, right? So consistency is a value which comes out from this. Teamwork, cooperation, as alluded to before. So I think it's a very self-explanatory video. So let's not spend more time. Thank you so much for your sharings. And we move on to the first exercise. That's again, I think me. Yeah, so let me just share the screen again for you. Yeah. So let's dive deep into what Brother Eric Lareste, who's the national coordinator, a very humble, humorous soul, had to say about the art of moving forward. So he said that to create better energy I mean, this one way we have to Everyone is moving forward to their destination. But more important is on that journey which I am there, what is my energy? Am I able to create better energy? That's what he was saying. You may sometimes think you're moving forward, but someone else may say that you are going quite slow. But remember, please don't worry. It's your own journey. You decide your own pace and never compare with anyone else. So if I have an interest, he's saying, in a certain type of sport or culture, which is not spiritual, don't worry, inspire yourself to move forward in that as well. So in essence, he was just saying, continue with your own pace and never let your energy go down, and never compare or compete with anyone, and obviously not criticize. We go further. All of you know Sister Judy also touched upon this. There's three qualities that he said will help us in moving forward in our life. He said for him it was authenticity, courage, and love. Authenticity, he explained that it's the capacity to be honest with the self. Courage is that driving force that takes us out of our comfort zone, and then we move into a different arena where we can make things possible, which will help us in moving forward. And most important, last but not the least, is love, because that's the most powerful energy, which will help us in moving forward, rather pushing us forward. And again, it starts with love for the self, because sometimes we forget to love ourselves. And love is such a beautiful spiritual energy. I can only exude and love others if I'm able to love myself. He went on to mention, in a big bouquet, there'll always be 2 to 3 flowers that stand out. So according to him, these three qualities are the ones, which means actually he meant that there are many other values which people may think will help us in moving forward. But for him, these are the big three ones. Okay, so as we go further, he went on that at Brahma Kumaris, what we are taught is to return to our authentic self. And what is this authentic self? I, the pure being, the conscient self, the inner core of values and full of powers which I am. That's my original authentic self. And I can obviously enhance that for me if I stay aligned and connected to the divine, who is the source, who is the ocean of all these virtues and powers. In the question answers, it was only one big question. So I will just read that because we have all the time in the world, I think. Because uh, he was, he didn't share so much, but it was just those three core qualities which he went on, and the summary just says that. So the next question which was asked to him was, how do we apply spiritual power to move ahead when we have so many blocks like guilt, shame, fear, etc.? So I'll just read it out. He said that the guilt is not the main problem. It is what causes the guilt, which is the one which is creating issues. Beautiful corollary he gave, that just as no two snowflakes can be same, and he was joining from Montreal, and all of you know the entire North America is freezing, severe cold because of the polar vortex there. So whatever snowflakes are there, each snowflake is so different from the other. The shape, the size is so different. So similarly, every human soul is also so unique. Each person has its own journey with different roadblocks, different obstacles, different opportunities, different challenges. And if I don't love myself, it means I don't respect or value myself. So for me, he mentioned lack of love was the biggest roadblock. So coming to the question which I had asked, that if you're having guilt conscious in yourself, if you're having fear of something, if you're shameful or ashamed of something, it means you're really not loving yourself. It's a deep thing, and I was really amazed by this answer. So the consequences of all the other qualities are connected to it, the basic quality being lack of love for the self. And that will in turn sort of be responsible for my other deeper weaknesses which I may have. So let us correct ourselves by starting self-love. And all of us on this spiritual journey do experience that the more and more we progress on our journey in connection with the Supreme Being, we start developing this beautiful concept of self-love. We start appreciating of what we are, how we are, our own innate qualities, values, virtues, powers. And as Baba says, or the Supreme Being says, that look at the qualities and virtues of everyone. So once I look at mine, then I develop an eye for looking at the qualities of others as well. And the qualities of the soul reside in one quality called self-esteem, which is connected to the purity of who I am, because I'm a pure being. And it's only these layers of body consciousness which have cropped up on my original soul consciousness. And we do not see ourselves in that true form. That's the reason we have all these other very strong negative emotions, guilt, shame, fear, etc. So finally, he said, think of yourself to be an angel of love and imagine how you're going to speak to others as an angel as well. So I think this was the question. I think the entire summary of this art of moving forward, according to Brother Eric, was have a lot of self-love, start developing, work on the soul consciousness of the self, connect to the Supreme Being because that's the source to return to always. And the journey towards moving forward will become much more easier. Otherwise, it's quite hard because you have many roadblocks and obstacles. And what I could add here is that the roadblocks could be just I'm using my old sanskars, my old patterns, my old behaviors, my old memories are also creating a big roadblock for me. So all that can be taken care of by love for the self, which we have to develop. Right, wonderful. So I'll just stop sharing the screen here and we'll move on to the first exercise and over to Sister Anu for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Manoj. Beautiful emphasis that came from Brother Eric, that we are all spiritual beings. As a spiritual being in the path of spiritual journey, as a person, how we are. But what is important to know that we are filled with beautiful, positive qualities, powers. Recognizing them and bringing them into action is very important. But knowing what are important for me or which values or qualities are really helping me to move forward is important. So I think to know what does it mean for me to move forward. As to be clear, it can be again individually different because different things are in our focus. But that was beautiful, as Brother Eric said, that self-love. And with that, how can I express love in every interaction? So moving forward spiritually is that, can I be an angel all the time with every interaction? So now let's look at this question. What does moving forward mean for me? So taking the time to pause to ask myself this question can give me the clarity, because also Sister Judy emphasized that we need to know exactly what moves me, what I want to do, and what the progress or moving forward mean for me. We can take a few seconds on this. And for that, however, specific question would be reflect on a recent situation or whatever that's coming to your mind right now, where you felt or found it difficult to move forward to a positive or the desired solution. And it could be anything, any interaction, or a difficult scenario in life of health or something else, some health scenario for the self or other people in my family, or a work or study project that we have taken up. Think of any situation that's coming to your mind right now. And not necessarily you felt stuck, but there is a recognition that how you took it forward, you moved forward, how the progress happened. Was it difficult? Or you saw some? And if you have that situation in your mind now, reflect on if you are able to move forward or still feeling stuck. And in either way, either situation, whether you could move forward or you are stuck. Now think of the values. You moved forward, what values that came to action that helped you to move forward. Or if you're still feeling stuck, think what you can do, and particularly which values you can bring in your personality, in your interaction, that can enable you to move forward. So the focus is on the values in our personality we can bring in the interactions. For that particular situation, it will move. Take a minute. Remembering a specific situation. This is to find out for the self, for myself, what does it mean? Move. You got enough time to catch some insight. And then what we can share is, what does it mean for you to move forward, as well as what are the values you need for yourself to move. Right. If you would like to not sure how the sharing worked today, but no problem. Was it clear? Everybody could see the questions? So, yeah, okay. Right. So I see something on the chat. Sister Rehna has booked, but anyone who would like to unmute and speak and share? What are the values you think that helps you to move forward? Or how does it look like for you to move forward? Anything you would like to share?
I can quickly share a incident actually happened recently. Mom is being in the hospital for me is for the whole month of December holidays. And so what happened there is like for me is I was feeling drained and doing everything is juggling so many balls same time. So asking for help, taking some time out to rest and to help her with her recovery to move forward, being again healthy on her feet. So giving her the encouragement and even not for herself as myself too, it will be okay, confidence and cooperation and patience. So she can do it, she's going home and you will be happy and healthy again with the family. Just giving those words and a reminder her and myself too, it will be all well. So just keeping all those values in front of me, so that helped.
That's beautiful. So encouragement for the self as well, and taking asking for help and taking some time for the self to rest as well, so that you are encouraged and you can give the encouragement to your mom. Yeah, so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else would like to unmute and share? I see in the chat, French translator Sister Melody is sharing that I tend to see the outcome with all the effort needed to achieve it. Then I feel overwhelmed and stuck. Fear comes in play, fear of not being enough. So the self-love is a very good value, I think. Beautiful, yes. I think when the overwhelm takes over, it's good to recognize, like you have recognized, Melody, that when you are seeing the outcome and the amount of effort it needs. So it's like too much in a different space than focusing at this moment what is needed to be done and just doing it one after the other with the self-love concept that and remove the fear from our way. That's beautiful sharing. Thank you, Melody. Anyone else would like to share? I know Rena sister has shared something. Yeah. Rena sister says, for me, it's about not letting the mistakes of the past or the painful incidents weigh me down or the uncertainty of the future intimidate me. So courage and faith. That's great. Courage and faith, the values. So we are getting few values already, right? Keeping the encouragement with self-rest and also the self-love. Doing the things one after the other. Anyone else? Any other values for you that came clear in front of you? Anyone would like to unmute and just I can still, we have another minute if anybody likes to bring on their light to the whole gathering. We have Dr. Reena today after a long time. Are you here, sister? Would you like to share?
I'll share after some time.
Okay. Okay, so then let's move forward. Maybe this is a journey to look within, to see the valuable self we are, filled with a lot of values, and we are able to see clearly what is like to move forward and what can help me to move forward so that I'm not stuck. So Harpreet Dhaliwal says, patience, cooperation, confidence, and love. Okay, so that's a good start, we would say, maybe. Also, like in the video, we can see there is an outcome of constant work, like constant motivation to keep doing the work without giving up that easily. And that can give that beautiful result at the end. Okay, so let's move forward. So I think, Brother Deepak, if you can show Few values, of course. It's like bouquet of values, like Brother Eric said. So we all can take inspiration to figure this out, this exercise, that what does it mean to move forward and what are the values I can line up for me that can help me to move forward. So yeah, not getting overwhelmed by seeing the outcome I want and the effort needed to achieve it, and to remove the fear. Self-love is a very good value that can help. Confidence, cooperation, and patience to keep the encouragement in the self and the loved ones around where it is needed. Courage and faith, again, patience, cooperation, and confidence, and love, self-love. Love is winning. Thank you so much, everyone. I see in the chart, Dr. Reena says, letting go can really help me to move forward, right? So that also, Rehana sister said that not anything of the past mistake or anything that can weigh me down as in the form of guilt, letting go and being present in the present moment. Thank you, everyone. So after this, we'll move forward to also reflect through the summary of the talk of the inner reflection, Sister Judy. So, Sister Judy, it's an inner reflection. It takes us through really, again, the reflections to go deeper, to catch the insight that we have within us. Let's not forget that each of us are individual beings in our spiritual journey with different personalities and which values are important for me. So knowing that is important, and taking home a method to keep attention on those values so that they're active in my actions. So Sister Judy asked us a question that recall a time when you recognized you were making progress in your spiritual journey, and what was the experience? So that is an extension of the first exercise. We'll say that now just think when you are moving forward, you're progressing in any situation or in your spiritual journey. How do you feel? What is the experience? Again, the reflection that could be, ongoing. Question is, how did you know you were moving forward? What are the indicators? So what was the experience? What are the indicators? Did I feel happy, excited? What other feelings that you experienced? So Sister Judy said one of the primary skills of the art of moving forward is that I actually know where I am going. One must not be off track. So clarity of the goal, but not getting overwhelmed, however, but that clarity has to be there so that I'm not off track. When the destination is an expression of a golden intention, it is easy to keep it in your heart and mind. So again, the spiritual journey or being spiritual beings, the positive intent, the positiveness of why and what I'm doing is a great big motivator. So that's what was the emphasis, that if the destination has that golden intention in it, then I'll never forget it. I'll never be off track. It will be easy to keep in my heart and mind. So in that context, Judy asked us to reflect on what is the destination we are moving forward to. So if we stop for a moment and think about it, all the projects or all the things I'm doing right now, can I know my destinations clearly? Can I see them? And write 5 to 10 words that describe your ultimate destination. So taking the time to do this work, self-reflections, will help greatly. And Sister Judy was saying our destination spiritually is vertical, not lateral. It is not incremental, but accumulative. So it's like one or the other thing of the effort that we make accumulates the power. It's like the foundation becomes the strongest foundation that can hold me. So you accumulate and you rise above, like vertical. So we can take it on to think about more. And then Sister Judy asked us, or took us through a few deeper reflections that we are also going to take on in the next exercise. Reflect on what are your 3 qualities that you commit to that help you to move forward. So as Brother Eric emphasized, so it's the qualities or the values that we hold within. If we are clear about it and if we commit to it, bring it to our conscious action, that will help us to move forward. So what does it look like to you now to use these 3 qualities in various situations in life? So this will be a part of our next exercise, by the way, that not only you recognize the 3 qualities in you that you want to commit, that you think will help you to move forward, then taking few minutes to visualize that how does it look like to use those qualities in our situations. So whatever situation you can think of now, you can think that you are bringing that values in your personality, in your action. So how does it look like? What are the 3 actions that you do most that helps you to move forward? This is also like, what are the qualities? How do they look like in actions? And then what are those actions that help you to move forward? It is really important to know about yourself, because the art of moving forward is that if I know these things, that what is making me move forward, then I'm doing these things regularly. So the clarity about me, what are my goals, what motivates me, and what are the qualities of that are within me I'm using so that I'm moving forward. What matters at the end is that I am progressing, moving forward. I'm clear about it, then I would do that regularly. Sometimes obstacles or diversions act as stepping stones, and sometimes they act as stopping stones. Know the difference. That was a good reflection moment that Sister Judy brought, that obstacles would be there in whatever we are doing or the diversions, but are they stopping stones that are making you stuck? But if we look closely or look in terms of our qualities and values to evaluate, to understand, then they can turn into the stepping stones. If we look back, always the adversities have become our stepping stones that have made us move forward and progress. So know the difference, but also can we change it from stopping stones to stepping stones. Know where to stop. So self-transformation is more like a marathon than a sprint. You need to rest, consolidate. The stop helps to consolidate or pace it. That was like Sister Harpreet was sharing. You have to also not drain yourself, but stop, consolidate so that it's like stop to fly, like pace it faster. Sometimes it is illness, sometimes it is a storm, sometimes life keeps me in one place. So I know when I'm off and I know when I'm going well. So that's also important, not just getting stuck with the worry that nothing is happening well as I want or in that sorrow, but know that I'm being off or I'm being stopped or stuck now. And then so that I can do something like consolidate. how to place it off, or know when I'm going well. So motivate it. What helps me reignite when I'm off? That's a good reflection question for us. So that will be all in place. That when I recognize that I'm off, then I can reignite myself. It is important to know what to do to reignite you when you're off. Sometimes a little bit of silence, sometimes a bit of a break. It helps to reset. It can be a longer period too. So it doesn't matter, give yourself time. That's a self-love. It is taking longer time, period, it's okay. But can I take a silence break? Not doing anything, just to focus on resetting when I am off. But the very first thing is that to recognize that I'm off track and how to read. So some quotes Sister Judy brought. Jagdish Bhai is one of the senior Raj Yogi of Brahma Kumaris. So from his sharings, few points. As you can see, you will all receive this, by the way. So take it in, read, and can you understand your way so that to bring to your life. So Brother Jagdish sharings where I have to make my mind move to the positive path of thinking. We are spiritual beings. Positive path of thinking will always motivate us. Stop the negative thinking and move it towards the positive thinking. This is what yoga or spiritual consciousness is. Previously, we were aware of the body. Now we think we are souls, children of God, and these positive thoughts fill my mind. Because soul and body is temporary, soul is forever. So what is my identity? Soul or body? Body is the temporary identity. So this is called the pilgrimage of remembrance. Why a pilgrimage? Because we must move towards our home, to move from body consciousness to subtle consciousness. This kind of movement has to be taken now. Pilgrimage is a journey. So again, moving forward, our progress is happening from body consciousness to subtle soul consciousness. Turning is moving the mind. So churning about my truths, about what are positive qualities in life, what is a positive moving forward, so many good positive aspects of life, what is making me stuck or making me feel negative. So churning is moving the mind, cogitating and integrating. So churning, understanding and integrating, making a part of my life. To what you have listened to is important. So just not listen, but make a part of your life, practically integrating. We must engage our minds in churning spiritual knowledge. Sometimes we have to move fast. Anyone who makes sincere spiritual efforts is a faster. Churning spiritual knowledge sincerely is the first. When the aeroplane is at the airport, it first stands still, then it begins to move, and it moves very fast. That is a very beautiful example she gave. Before going into the air, it moves very fast. But first it will stand still, runs slowly, and then goes very fast in order to go to the air. Similarly, we can attain the flying stage when we move fast. When we stop with old negative thoughts and move our minds into churning and positive thinking, we move fast with rapid speed and then become angels. First, Brother Jagdish experiential sharing, like what he experienced in his own spiritual journey. So we can move fast, and that is churning spiritual knowledge since. So with that sharing, let's move to our next exercise. That is our action planning exercise. And I'll hand it over to Siddharthi. Press share, Siddharthi.
Yes, thank you so much, Anu sister. So that was a great review you have done is with Sister Judy's class and classes what brother have shared from Brother Eric's class. So moving forward is very important, I would say, one of my favorite art. And if we are not moving forward, we are not staying still. We are going backwards. So none of us want to do that, right? So for me, is having that clarity is very important where we're going. So soon we have that clarity is, and we're taking is small steps towards it, right? And so that is the consistent effort. It's not doing a big thing, then we get exhausted. Don't do it, but just taking a small steps. And that helps for me to move forward. So I'm just sharing my quick experience with that is keeping my inner stability, the silence, the rest, what I talked about earlier. Sometimes we need to take the time out to just go within and feel ourselves, feel I'm content, right? So all those things is I keep two things in mind is when I want to move forward, whereas are like two T's I work on always, the time, what is needed from me right now, and what am I thinking, time and thoughts, right? So goes back to that is that really helps me is to be keep moving forward, being light, and like Angel brother was talking and sister was talking about that too. And yeah, so let's focus on that today is with our action planning and how we can enhance that values for consistently moving forward. So we are going to, can you share the next point, sister? Yeah. So values are inherent to us, right? Each one of us is a bucket of values. So that's brother Eric was sharing with us. And so we are going to reflect on the bouquets of inner values. They're always available to us. So let's take a moment. So what are your inner values are? Like for me is I can share is basically is always writing helps me is that is like being still and stable. And so other thing is being content, like fulfilling myself with the divine light. And the other thing is focusing on giving. What can I get it back is sometimes can be heavy. So just let's take a moment and reflect on that inner values that are always there for you to use. Let's take a moment. I hope you got hold of those values. So now choose one value that you want to enhance in your action to help you to constantly move forward. What is that for you? It is your inner stability. Is it love? What is it? Just one value or few values if you have more than one. I hope most of you got that. I'll give you another maybe 30 to 40 seconds to really going within and really focusing on is what you want to enhance in your actions, what value would help you to move forward. Okay, if you got who is ready to share. Thank you, Anu sister, for sharing the screen. So you can write in the chat or you can just open your mic and share with us. I hope you got your values. Who would be the first one? Courageous soul would like to share. Anybody? Everybody's so quiet today somehow. Still early or too late at home in India?
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead,
Sudhir,
brother.
Sudhir
Yeah.
from Saudi. I think a reflection like first questions, I would like to say I'm courageous, but in the life's ups and downs will come, but still I stand and I believe. And the choose the one values I need I need to work on like consistency and discipline in daily life. And sometimes the situations comes in a other way, but still we declare we want to do this one, but still we have a daily plan, but it mess up. But I really need to work on that consistency and discipline. These things I need to work on. The values I have courageous and I can do it. And every situations comes to teach some lessons and go. I
Yes.
believe in that. Yeah.
Yes, well said. So knowing what I have, what I want to work on, so that will make us move forward. That's well said, brother. So having a more discipline and being consistent. Yes, I'm courageous, but am I doing that consistently to move forward? Well said, brother. Thank you. Anybody else? Who else like to share? I hope you're all making the plan how to move forward, because this is our time for reflection, right? Going within, because all of us, we want to keep moving forward.
Can I say? Can I say, ma'am?
Yes, go ahead, Jamila.
For me, it's determination first that I am going to get there, because I like to help others. So I always tell myself, in order to be in a fit state to help others, I need to help myself first. So I'm determined to move forward for myself and for other people.
Yes, because when you're determined enough, then you can, yes, you can keep going with that determination is for yourself. I can do it, and encourage others as well. Well said. Thank you. Anybody else? Somehow, if there's anything in the chat, I cannot see the chat. I don't see it. Anybody else like to share? You can just open your mic and share.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yeah. So for me, it's believing in myself. So believing in the abilities, and so going with that belief. Whenever I lose that, so I like meditate and get back that self belief. So because that fear, it stops us from taking the next step.
Good. Thank you, Chandra. That's nice. Yeah. So having that self-belief, checking that, am I lacking on the belief? So when I have belief, that will help me to move forward. Nice. Anybody else? Maybe I'll take one more sharing quickly.
Yeah, actually, I shared in the chat as well. Maybe you didn't see, and the chat is not open to all, so I'm just telling it. For me, it will be peace, because it's like peace is the mother of all the values and virtues. If you are peaceful, all other virtues follow. And when you have the power, that is the spiritual power and the divine power, and the combination of these two, you can gain the spiritual wisdom and divine wisdom, even worldly wisdom. All these, comes in line. The peace is most important, and the spiritual power. I mean, for that we need to connect to God. That's the only way, and that's what worked for me. Yeah, so that would be it.
Yeah, that's well said, sister. That's so very important for me too, that inner stability. So when I'm have that peace and power, so then yes, we can move forward. So when I'm all over the place, that's why I always go back to my thoughts. So that's really nice, Rihanna, sister. Thank you for sharing.
I
So
wanted to just quickly also share that I think for me, a full stop and coming to this moment is so important. What is just in front of me, and no other feelings, thoughts, interaction, anything that makes me feel down low, didn't do well, guilt, nothing. So it's done, it's gone. Can I come to this moment and bring my full attention that makes me full with full capacity to give my energy to whatever I need to do, and that makes me feel full stop. Letting go is very important.
nice. Full stop and letting go and being in the present moment. What
Being
can
in
I
the
do
present.
now, right now, to move forward? Really nice. Thank you, Anu sister. So maybe I'll ask Deepika brother. Time is really clicking to share with us is the bouquet of all those values.
Can you see the chart now? That is brother Anil. Anil brother is saying willingness, move forward.
Yeah, somehow we cannot see the everyone chat on our side. So I don't know. Maybe there's something is going on. I could not see anything.
All good. So there's just one more added. Anil brother says willingness to move forward, and now chat is open for everybody.
Okay,
There's
great. So here's the values as we all have talked about: being courageous, consistently and disciplined, determined, determination, moving forward for the self, and then encouraging others. So self will lead to take the next step to move forward. Peace and spiritual power by connecting to God constantly, and putting full stop, letting go of the past and being in the present. The willingness. So thank you, everybody, is for sharing that. So we all are in that moving. We are here, so that's the reason we are here, because we want to, move forward, right? So to stop, and the sharing is just came, is to stop, start with pause. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Back to you, brother, I think.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Let me just share the screen. And again, let me know if I'm cutting off. I'll just try to play background music in a very soft mode. Let's see. Yes, here we go. So, though I was. Oops. Okay, that's the traffic control. It's 12 o'clock afternoon here. Okay, so. So let's move on into the meditation mode now. Are you all able to hear some sound? No.
No music.
Now? No. Well, leave it, no problem. Okay, so I was in the off video off mode. I was doing something else as well, but I was listening to all your sharings. So let's now try to keep all those aside, whatever we have been churning, and let's go in this reflective meditation mode. So let's sit back. We have been listening for the past 1 hour, excuse me, to a lot of many things about art of moving forward. So as we sit back, you can see the lady in front of you sitting in a yogic posture. Relaxing your mind and your body. Focus your attention on the inner being that you are. The pure, conscient energy that all of us are. I, the being, am abundant in qualities and powers which we have been discussing over the past 1 hour. And looking at my life so far, I may have committed quite a few roadblocks for myself. Maybe created a few obstacles now and then. But let me just not go there again. The past is past. Let me park those moments or events somewhere in the distant remote and focus on my present moment now. And as you can see in the picture in front of you, the sunlight and the physical sun approaching the yogi person. Let me visualize the spiritual supreme being, God, Ishwar, Allah, whatever you want to call it, that supreme light in front of me, and beautiful, powerful rays emerging from that supreme being and entering my system and making me feel more and more empowered. I fill up myself with this pure divine energy. And as I do so, I'm cleansing myself of all the waste thoughts, old belief systems which I have held on to for quite a while. My old memories, all of which contribute to deleting my or depleting my inner stability. And I look at myself as a fresh, new being. You can see in the background a lot of lotuses around. And like a lotus flower, I remain totally detached from the disturbing situations of the past around me. I make a fresh new start, and committing to myself, creating this beautiful thought that life is all about moving forward. Not looking backwards, nor being stagnant. It's always and always moving forward. As you can look in the picture at the waterfalls, which are constantly moving forward. Never backward, never stagnant. And with the supreme energies, empowerment through the divine connection which I have, things become easy for me. Because I am a being of pure light, connected to the source of purity. And with these few meditative thoughts, let's come back with a new refreshing feeling and looking forward to moving forward always. Thank you. Om Shanti. So we move on to the next part with Sister Anu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Manoj. That was so beautiful. So look forward to constantly moving forward always. Thank you everyone. I'll just get to the announcement quickly. So we'll have the silence retreat on the art of moving forward next week, Saturday, 7th of February, 1.5 hours, same time, starting time. So please join us. That would be more our own self-reflection time in silence to whatever we have committed today, to the values. We can internalize and make it a part of our actions and personalities. There would be translations in French, Hindi, Portuguese, and Spanish. So please join us then. And it is based on the silence retreats are always based on the Brahma Kumari's teachings that we practice. So, however, it is for everybody. So we welcome you to join us. And after that, we'll move forward to the next art, that is the art of serving. That would be on 21st of February with Sister Luciana, who is the National Coordinator of Brahma Kumaris in Brazil. So yeah, we look forward to move with this next art. This is our calendar for month of February. As you can see, on 14th of February, we don't have a program because of the Mahashivratri celebrations. And so that would be difficult to, it will, interfere with our program time. So it would be on 21st of February. And you can write to us on our emails, valuesforlifeseries@gmail.com and vancouver@ca.brahmakumaris.org. And all the, these are our playlists for all the videos of all the sessions of Arts for Life series. I didn't put it here, but we have also our Values for Life series books ready for you to buy a copy. So if you want to have a copy of the Values for Life series that went for 4 years, it is being released as books in 2 volumes, then please send us an email to either valuesforlifeseries@gmail.com or vancouver@ca.brahmakumaris.org, and we will answer you how you can get a copy of the Values for Life series.
And yeah, Sister Anu, sorry to interrupt. Since you had been to Madhuban, so I think copies are available in Madhuban, right? If you can just tell them.
Copies are available in Madhuban Global Office in Gyan Sarovar, and also Global Office in Shantivan. So yeah, for regular students as well. So you can get a copy in Madhuban, Mount Abu. So if you want to get more information, please send us an email so that we can guide you. Yeah. And also, if you are new today and we don't have your contact number, phone number, WhatsApp number, or email ID, then please send to me or to everyone or to Sister Vidhi so that we can add you to the list, and you'll receive the review materials of today's session as well as the upcoming programs info. So thank you, everyone. I think we can take a photograph. That's our online Arts for Life series culture. We don't want to miss that. If you want to be in the photo, then please open your video. And of course, you have committed to your values. That's what it will show. Today's photo will show that you have committed to your values that you'll bring to your actions sincerely. Okay, ready? Okay. Thank you, everyone. I got the photos. And we'll now wrap it up with a song, which is, however, talks about serving. I think we can enjoy that when we brought the self-love and we have committed to the qualities, the values that will make us move forward. It will be a constant serving to others. I think we'll enjoy that song. Wrap it up with that. Now.
Serve with love, serve with care. Every soul is precious everywhere. Serve the world, serve the soul. Through our service, we become whole. Service starts within our mind. Pure thoughts and love so kind. Body
you all of you once again for your.
Okay, great. Oh, thank you,
Beautiful.
everyone.
Thank
That
you.
was perfect. Want to thank all the translators, facilitators. Thank you, Sister Harpreet, for joining in with all so much things happening around.
No problem.
And yeah, see you again.
Gracias.
Gracias. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
You too. Bye now.